Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a video that's been requested by so many different people, and it's tips for doing your Leaving Cert. For a lot of people who don't know, Leaving Cert is an Irish exam we do over here. It's our final exam towards the end of school. I don't know what the names of other exams other countries do, but you can take this video and use the tips and apply it to your exams if you feel like it's beneficial. But I'm just going to be talking about what helped me doing my Leaving Cert. So yeah, I hope you find it useful. The first thing I would say is, coming to the middle of August, get your shit together. Sort out your school bag. If you need more books, copies, pens, pencils, pencil case, get all of that sorted. Choose a day or two in August, the middle of August, and sort all of that out. The next thing I would say to do is gather all your notes and books that you need and sort everything out. Make sure you have everything. So if you've lost something, you need to replace it, or if you know you'll be going in to school knowing you need to ask the teacher for another copy of that notes, that you're going in doing that in the first few days, so they know you have an interest in wanting to keep up with the work, because there's no point halfway through Leaving Cert year realising you don't have a specific note and then saying it to the teacher and then being like, well, why didn't you tell me sooner? So check what you have and make sure you have everything. And the next thing I would say is, for studying, there's no point in the first few days coming home from school doing 4 or 5 hours of studying in September, or like doing nothing at all. What I found very beneficial was if you come home, do the homework you're given first of all, and then start slow. So maybe for the first week do 10-15 minutes of study, build it up 20, 30, 40 minutes until you're doing at least an hour and a half every evening, and then you're in the groove, and like, it's not hard. Once you're able to do it, you're able to do it. Another thing I would say is going on nights out. Like, this is a very tricky topic because I can't handle my drink very well. So I knew I couldn't really drink a lot last year, and I didn't. So what I'd say for most people, everyone really, is to go out but don't drink, or have one drink, because you need a day or two to recover. That's your whole weekend gone and you don't get any work done, and that's so many days missed, and you really will regret it, because you could do so much in those few days. Like, an extra half an hour every day wouldn't kill anyone of a bit of work, and it'll really pay off. Another thing I would say is, try not to go out after your mocks. Like, mocks are like fake exams, for anyone who doesn't know. I had 1 or 2 nights out before Christmas. Like, my birthday was in the September and I had a few friends with birthdays, and that was fine. But then the last night out I kind of went on was mocks, and it was the best thing I done, because I got into like study mode like 100%. Then I was in study mode doing my like hour and a half coming up to Christmas and mocks, but afterwards I was just like, I'd have my Saturday afternoon with my friends, Friday evenings and Sunday afternoons were study, and I hated it so much, but I knew like it was the best thing to do. We had this one teacher in particular, my German teacher, and she was literally like, the advice she gave us was legit, it was real. And it was like, why go out and waste your weekend when you only have 9 months of school and it's all done? And like, once it's done, it's done. Like, you can do whatever you want during the summer, whatever you want next year at college. You'll have so much free time, and like, just do it for yourself. Like, and just, nights out shouldn't be important for this 1 year. Like, it's just not. And it's funny because everyone turns 18 in like 6th year nearly, so it's kind of like a big year, but you don't need to go out. You don't. The next thing I would say is, always go to school. Don't be signing in and signing out for classes you hate, because I was very bad for that in 5th year. Like, I hated certain classes and I didn't want to be in for them, but I learned that just by being in the class I learned more than coming home. So be in as much as you can, and if you're sick, fair enough, catch up on the notes when you're better. Take your time off to relax and recuperate, and if you're sick, you're sick, but be in every day, because it pays off just as much as opening your book in the evening and studying. It really does. Another thing I would say is sleep. You need a lot of sleep. So 10 o'clock, turn your phone off at night, get your pajamas on, do a face mask, do whatever you find to relax you, do a bit of meditation. I found meditation was so good in my Leaving Cert year. At about 10, half 10, I put on my meditation, go to bed, relax, put the TV on and go to sleep, because you need about 8-9 hours of sleep in general, so you're not getting that on a school night. Like, I never did. So in 6th year I made sure I did, and it pays off so well. Eat healthy, always have a breakfast, even if you're not hungry for it, have a breakfast, because your brain won't work without eating something. Another thing I would say is don't eat a lot of sweets. Maybe have one day, like a Friday evening, have like something nice, but you don't need it. Fruit, veggies, they're the best thing. Fish is very good. Cod liver oil to take your vitamins. All of that stuff is so good for an exam year. Another thing I would say is kind of stay off your phone. I'm like addicted to my phone and the internet, and I found the best thing to do was hardly be on my phone, because I was so much more motivated, because people were stressing out, being like so upset and like freaking out. And this was only in like October, and I just didn't listen to it, turned my phone off. Obviously I was there for my friends if they were stressed and picked them up, and vice versa, but I didn't need to hear anyone else's drama or like arguments or them stressing, because it does not do you any good. And the next thing I would say is, and this is like a very important thing for me, which I found, maths. Work your arse off at maths, because if you fail maths, you fail everything. So obviously work your butt off at maths, even if you hate it. It's the most important thing you'll need, which I think is very unfair. Get grinds. If you know you're not going to do well in maths, get grinds from the get-go, September onwards. Do it. It's like the best thing I didn't get grinds, and I wish I did, because I really needed them, and I just kind of was like, no, it'll be fine. No, get grinds. You need to do it. Another thing I would say is have your free time. Have your like moments of just a Saturday afternoon, not thinking about school. Do something fun with your friends. It doesn't have to be going out drinking. Have like girly afternoons. Go shopping. Do things you enjoy relaxing. And like, it'll really pay off. Another thing I recommend is having alone time. Just getting to like a place within yourself where you can relax and have no stress or no worries or nobody around you, friends, no one, and just have 10-15 minutes of chill time once a week, and go for a walk by yourself. Do something, and you'll be really grateful for that, because you need to let your mind rest. Another thing is get out for a walk every evening, unless it's raining or it's cold obviously, but try every evening to get out for a half an hour walk. I done that, and I went into overdrive. I was like, I need to study, can't take a break, but I forced myself out every evening for 45 minutes to an hour walk, and it was like the most calming thing. And I hate exercise, but like, it was the best thing I ever did. Another thing I would say is don't stress, because if you follow all these tips and believe in yourself, like, you can do it. I done it, and I thought it was the worst year of my entire life, and I'm not saying that to scare anyone. Some people thought it was great, but yeah, like, do your best. Like, your best might be someone else's worst, and that's okay. Like, your best might be C's and D's, but hey, that's great. I'm not an A average person. There's probably half my year that is, but I don't give a flying crap about them. It's about you. Like, you have to be so selfish in this year. Make it about you. Make sure your parents know it's about you. Let them spoil you, because your parents are going to be stressed as well. So there's going to be a lot of tension in your house. If you have siblings, it's way harder. I'm an only child, so my house was quiet when it needed to be quiet. If you have siblings, you need to explain to your parents, like, I need at least 2 to 3 hours in the evening of just quiet time where no one can come into my space. And that's another thing, you need to have your space where you do your homework every evening, or your study, with no distractions, no TV, no phone, a desk, a place where no one will disturb you. And you need to make that clear to people. No one can come here for the 2 to 3 hours I'm studying. Just, yeah. The best thing to do when you're studying or doing work is I'll take 10-15 minute breaks every hour, I find. Like, do your hour, or like do a chapter or two of a subject, and then have a 10-15 minute break, make yourself a cup of tea, have a snack, whatever you want, come back to another 2 or 3 chapters of another subject, and that's nearly your 2 hours done. but I would say do like 10-15 minutes of maths every night. I wish I did. I didn't. I left maths so late. Do 10 minutes of maths every night. That's all you should do. Like one chapter will only take you like 10 minutes of maths. Answer a couple of questions every night, or like whatever is your worst subject, do 10-15 minutes of that every night and you will fly it. Start that in September. That's really all, I think. Just go into school every day, do your best, and just follow these tips that I found help me. You might find things along the way that help you, and then share them with the people younger than you, because the people in 5th year or whatever year below you not doing exams, they will need help the following year. And I know I kept saying I found it the worst year of my life, but I did have a lot of family drama outside of school going on also, so that didn't help. But make it your year, do what you want, be who you want to be. This is your chance to get the results you want, to do whatever you want, and you can do anything. There's so many back doors into things nowadays, but at the end of the day, you can do it. Like, I have faith in every single one of you who is going to go into their Leaving Cert year or their exam year in September. I haven't gotten my results yet, so hopefully I don't have to repeat, but if I do, I'll be along with you and I will still stick to my tips. I wouldn't change them. So just do your best and you'll be fine. And if anyone has any questions or is freaking out, just leave it in the comments and I will try to help anyone that I can, because I stress a lot, so I know the feelings of people stressing out or people being too non-stressed. I've seen it all, so just don't stress, you'll be fine. So I hope this video helped. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave your comments below. I will be filming a video coming up to next year's Leaving Cert. Obviously, if I'm not repeating, which I don't think I will be, I hope, fingers crossed, about actually tips for doing the exams, but I'm not gonna do that now. I'll do tips for mocks and stuff coming up to Christmas time, but it's too early to be worrying about that now. Just follow these tips and then I will help you closer to the time and give you more advice if you need it. So yeah, thanks for watching.